Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan, and we're taking a look at a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. This one here is a 90 series Land Cruiser. This one comes with a gasoline engine, automatic transmission. That engine 3.4 liter quad cam V6, and this one has 107,000 kilometers on it. So let's take a look at the vehicle, engine, auction sheet, and interior. Okay, the engine is just like you would expect it to be. Coolant looks fine. It's not actually leaking, I just opened it to check. Oil looks fine, and from what I've heard, these are quite a robust engine. Lasts forever kind of thing. I don't have very much experience with it myself, but Toyota engines are pretty good. Engine is a 5VZFE, and so that's the fuel economy, not the performance version of the engine. And yeah, tend to be pretty reliable engines from what I've heard. Interesting mark, it says GM on here. Don't know why, but it's kind of funny. Okay, gonna lower the hood. See if we can lower this with one hand. It's up too high for my head, so I'm gonna put the camera down. Okay, and I hope everyone liked the view of inside the fender there. Okay, so we'll go over to the auction sheet now, and then I'll talk a little bit about why I like these vehicles so much after we're done that. So what do we have? 2001 Land Cruiser Prado VZJ95. Okay, grade is a TZ, auction grade 4, interior B. Okay, marks on the body, scratch, 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 scratch. Medium scratch here, that's the biggest damage on the body, and I'll show you that right now. A1 scratches, as you saw there, are pretty mild. This is considered an A2. Now the lucky part about this is it is on a plastic piece that can be removed. Here's some more damage on it right there. And can be repainted fairly easily. It's not metal, it's not a dent. It can be sanded down and painted pretty easily. Okay, 106,433 kilometers, still has registration on it. Sunroof, this is an 8-seater, and so a 3-row SUV, although it is very small for a 3-row. And so if you want something that's not too big, but you can still pack your friends and your kids friends if they have any, then this is a good vehicle for you. Especially because the rear seats are so tiny that anyone you don't like, or who are not related to you, can go sit in the back tiny seats here. I'll show you more a little bit later. Okay, purchased from user here. So that's like a dealer trade-in. And steering wheel wear, winter tires on it, seat wear and dirty. Has a hitch attached to the back, so kind of handy. Various scratches on the wheels, underside surface rust. I usually don't care about surface rust from what I've seen, and we've exported plenty of cars with that mark. It's usually very clean. You can see under here the exhaust there does have some surface rust, but this is kind of what they're talking about. See right here where it's a little bit orange next to where it's welded? That would be considered surface rust. But you can see the frame is still solid, no corrosion, nothing to be worried about. You could probably drive it as is, but this one's going to Canada, and so it'd be good to get it undercoated if you're going to drive it in the winter, just so that it doesn't rust. It is already more than 15 years old. Okay, so that's the sheet. This one is a pretty good condition sheet. I think this one is an above average condition vehicle, and looking at it, it looks really good for the age. And so I mentioned earlier that I would tell you why I love these vehicles so much. I find that these Prados tend to hold their condition very well, even into higher mileage. And so this has to do with the interior condition and a little bit of the exterior as well, in the fact that plastic pretty much guards the entire body from being dented. Take a look here. So the fender flares are there, and then the side skirts, and then there's a cladding at the bottom of the doors, and that will take the brunt of door dents if people are attacking your door with their door, which I guess happens in parking lots. Here in Japan, it's a common thing because parking spots are so tiny here, especially on a bigger vehicle. Door dents are bound to happen. Usually when you see these Prados, they're in pretty clean condition on the outside. Speaking of the inside, we will get to there pretty soon, but oh my gosh, so windy. It's blowing me over. The interior tends to not get damaged too quickly. Just gonna climb up here. Sunroof. And so I find this to be a fairly safe vehicle if you're going for a higher mileage one. This one at just over 100,000 probably needs the timing belt changed, but otherwise it's going to be one that doesn't require very much maintenance. Okay, looks like aftermarket wheels. Funny thing, the tires are a year 2000 tire, but still have basically all their tread left on them. And so they are a winter tire, so probably they weren't used very often. Okay, there are the window visors on here. These are the original ones with the car. They're nice and clear so you can see through them. A lot of the original ones will get yellow over time. These ones are fine. And chrome mirrors, if you want to see what I look like. I'm hiding behind the camera. And I have the big windsock on today, so nobody can see me. Okay, side step there. And let's see, hitch member. And as a matter of fact, it even has the trailer lights switch thing. So you plug in your trailer lights into this. So very cool. And it says "Gotcha" on the back, which I don't know what to think about that. Spare tire looks to be in good shape. It still has air in it, so that's good. Good looking tail lights with the red and the white. Okay, not very much to show on the body because the condition is pretty good. So let's go into the back and I'll show you about these seats. Land Cruisers usually don't come in 8-seaters. The Prado does, and then some of the later ones do. Somebody told me that the 80 series can be had with a third row, but I've never seen one in Japan, so I'm wondering if that's a America only version. Canada didn't even get the 80 series Land Cruisers. I think we stopped at the 60s. Okay, so these seats can recline. Let me just show you this. So I don't know what good it is to put the seat like that while you're actually driving it, but you put it like this and then you can fold it up to the side to give you a full bay in the back, full Land Cruiser size. And you have 2 seat belts here. Wait a second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 seat belts in the back. Oh my. Oh, and let me just show you this. You don't get very much. It's not that you get very little leg room, but the seat height is very low compared to the ground in this back row, and that's why you only want to put people you don't like back here. Kids, it'd be a really fun place for kids to hang out, but adults would have a tough time. I'll try sitting in it to see what it's like. I mentioned the last time we shot one of these videos that this was one of the vehicles that I would pick, or was in my top 3 vehicles to buy for myself. I decided to go with a minivan instead because I'm a wiener. So these seats go like that, and then this one here, there we go, up. Pretty easy to get into the back here. Let's see what it's like to actually sit back here. Okay, here's where my head is. I guess that's, well, it's like this. Okay, so if you need to, you can. Middle row is quite big on the other hand. Hop out, down, and 2 hands for this. Alright, and this row is reclining as well, so you can set your seats at a different angle if you feel that's more comfortable. This one here is great for a pillow for when your kid gets sleepy. Okay, and it is wide enough to put 3 car seats here if you have kids. If they want more space, you can do 2 here and then 1 in the back, but the person in the back might be sad or happy. Depends on how much they like you. Okay, jumping in here. All the power windows work. The power steering is good. The automatic transmission shifts well. You can shift 4-wheel drive high or 4-wheel drive low here. It says Boat Surface Okawa on here. Analog clock, antenna up and down. Rear has its own AC if you want. Automatic AC, and it's very cold and very nice. It says no smoking down here, and look at this cigarette lighter, never been used, but also one more. Pretty handy. This is original but doesn't work, and this is one of the coolest things ever. Now, I showed this in the other video, so I won't go into great details, but here's your pitch and your roll. So it shows you how brave you are off-road. This one here is a little computer that shows you over the course of the last 12 hours what your different settings are. So right now it's set on temperature, so it shows you your temperature over the last 12 hours, barometric pressure, altitude, this one here is for if you're up higher, average speed, good for road trips, and a timer, I guess good for road trips if you want to drive really fast, and yeah, back to temperature. So 20, apparently it's 20 degrees right now. Ah, wow. And look at this, this same as the last one, this is your compass. It says every direction is north, and so maybe it's a common problem on these Prados to have a broken compass on it. But everything else seems to work. Sunroof is huge, and that works. Tilt and sliding, and a nice big cubby here. You can put tons of stuff in here. Cup holders or no cup holders. So two here. Do the back seats get cup holders? Nope. Sorry. And take a look at this. The vents up there in middle and final row for the AC. Retractable mirrors. Oh, better hide behind the camera there. Okay, so those are functional. Okay, so that is the end of the video, and hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments section. Please do check out our website if you're interested in importing. For the most part, it's a pretty simple process, and we'll be able to help you with any step of the way. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a nice day.